So the creator of the coin is actively working on improving Shiba Inu. What's going on, everyone? Be sure to drop a like. Thank you so much for clicking on this video because we're getting into a lot of news. Yo, Graph Protocol, please increase our rate limit. We chose your service and want to keep it using for a Shiba swap. Obviously, they do care about the product. They want to make it fully decentralized, and it tells you the team is very big so far. Cost is not the issue. The budget is even bigger. And do you mind helping sway their minds? So at this point, it already happened, but this just tells you the SHIB army is pretty strong right now, and it feels good to be the kind of people who don't expect it. So, you know, I really love this. I really love the mentality of the creator of the coin, what he wants to do, you know, something very nice to the whole community. But building things from the ground up has the best form of expression. And this, says Satoshi Kusuma, the manager. And I think it's really important note here. You know, it took a lot of time for Shiba Swap to be launched. I think other projects will be taking a way less time because they're not going to be as extensive from what I'm seeing so far. Yes, they're going to be taking time. They're going to be having great projects out there. But what I see is there's going to be a lot of things. You can see here, he said the RIP FUD. You know, basically people were saying Shiba Swap is fake, Shiba Swap is false. Even when the video is out, people were calling it fake on my comments. But hey, I love and support everyone. But we're seeing here turning bullish, and they're talking about the crypto market. They're not talking about anything else. And I think it's really important to know here that institutions are net buyers of crypto for the first time in 5 weeks. Okay, we were left on the dead. We were left frozen and just waiting for institutions to do something. Institutions have the big boy money. They have the big cash. They could pump up Shiba Inu. They could pump up Bitcoin. That's the most important thing. But CoinShares weekly report shows the institutional managers are buying into crypto funds again after 4 weeks of profit taking. Following their longest streak of selling since February 2018, institutional managers became net buyers of digital asset funds last week, offering cautious optimism that to be the worst of the market sell-off has passed. Inflows into digital assets devoted to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other totaled 63 million in the week ended July 2nd, CoinShares said in the latest report. For the first time in 9 weeks, inflows were registered across all individual digital assets with dedicated funds. Funds devoted to Bitcoin saw 39 million in weekly inflows, bringing the year-to-date total to 4.1 billion. Now that is a big amount of money. Ether funds registered 17 million in weekly inflows, bringing their year-to-total date to 960 billion. So there's still a lot of money in crypto, and I think these are baby numbers after the countries come in. While multi-asset funds saw positive weekly inflows, the total was so much smaller in previous weeks. So what am I talking about? Well, very importantly, institutions are coming in. And I think you should know that when institutions are in, that's when the big money is coming. Now, while multi-asset funds saw positive weekly inflows, the total was so much smaller in previous weeks, a sign that investors were cycling back into Bitcoin. So they're basically buying in. They trust Bitcoin. Now, Grayscale, the world's largest digital asset manager, reported last week that its total assets under management reached 30 billion. Some analysts are concerned that crypto markets could experience heat winds in the coming weeks after Grayscale GBTC lockup expires, allowing investors to sell their shares. So we can see here that they might be selling, but look at this, the Bitcoin Trust and 21 billion people actually pumping up the market. We can see that, you know, the price might be dropping per share, but a lot of people are coming in and investing into Bitcoin. That's because they actually trust that. They put their money into a trust. They think Bitcoin will grow, and they basically get their returns. So I find this really exciting, to be honest. Institutional buyers played a significant role in crypto's most recent bull market. So we're only going to be seeing Shiba Inu rising if we get, first, good updates, and if we get institutional investors in. And there too have been a source of vitality on the way down. So we can see here that the institutions keep the bull market on track, but they also keep the bear market on track. And as Cointelegraph reported in May, Grayscale's Michael Sonnesheim, Amber Group's Jeffrey Wong, and Tyre Capital's Edward Hindi believe financial advisors could play a significant role in broadening institutional adoption moving forward. So what we need is big institutes. So what I'm seeing so far is there is so many things we need to talk about, but institutions keep the Bitcoin bull market on track. Large Bitcoin holders continue to accumulate. So the most important thing is we're all reliant very much on when a bull puts in maybe 10 Bitcoin, maybe 100 Bitcoin. So we are seeing here with an increase of 9% during the previous days. This was slightly offset by the decrease of assets holding 10 to 100 Bitcoin, indicating that smaller whales were finding the chance to take profit too good to pass up. So yes, the small whales are buying, but the big whales are buying in too. And when the big whales buy, that's when Shiba Inu's price increases, for anyone new out there. Now, Grayscale's Mike and Sohan sign, and basically financial advisors lead the institutional push towards crypto adoption. So financial advisors are the most important thing we could be getting. They need to teach crypto that crypto might not be just a scam. And crypto generally, and Bitcoin specifically, has been well covered in press, with major corporations and financial institutions making Bitcoin part of their balance sheets. And what we need is going, from Bitcoin to Shiba Inu, to Ethereum, to all of these coins that have some value, that have some uses, like Cardano. Those are perfect coins that we're going to be seeing. If you're an knowledgeable investor, you're going to want to know more about this asset class, and if you have a financial advisor, you're going to ask them about it. So crypto exposure is no longer career ending. Now that custody and regulatory barriers are slowly dropping, Bitcoin is slowly becoming into the scene. What could still be hindering a broader adoption of crypto by financial advisors is the perception of standards remain a challenge, and openly advocating for the asset class to be included in customers' portfolios. And things are changing right now. It's happening. Things are honestly really changing. We're seeing big funds, so hedge funds worth up to 1 billion to 100 billion, so much actually investing into this, but it takes time. They have crypto-focused investments into Alio and OpenSea, so obviously they like NFTs, they like Bitcoin. We saw Elon Musk coming in, and I think big institutions are going to be coming in slowly but surely. So Base Insurance Firm purchased 100 million worth of Bitcoin in December 2020. And it's estimated that the businesses currently hold 6.8 of circulating Bitcoin supply. So these are the big numbers, not your friend who might have 200,000 in Bitcoin. These big institutions actually rack up so much. Honestly, $200,000 is a lot of money, but compared to how much we could get from big investments from institutions for Shiba Inu, for all of these, this is a game changer. That's the most important thing. They're having way more money than you might expect. And the biggest thing about this is there's still a lot of institutions that could be coming in. So Bitcoin volatility will always disappoint some investors. I'll be quickly going through this article and going more into that next time. But traders who got into Bitcoin for short-term gains tend to be disappointed. And same is going for Shiba Inu. If you're in here for short-term gains, you're in for a bad time. Simply put, you're not going to be getting any big gains unless you are here for the long run. I'm looking at Bitcoin as the most distributed, strongest brand of the monetary asset in the world. So Bitcoin could be reaching 100K, but it's not going to be overnight. Sometimes coins do explode. That's what we do see. The most important thing here, though, is crypto is here to stay. And with Shiba Inu having more and more updates, I am definitely feeling more bullish than ever. With Shiba Swap staking now in place, this means, holders are going to be staking up to $1 billion. And that's the big thing here. But people who stake, they cannot sell. And those who cannot sell, actually that lowers the supply. And if the supply is low, people will be forced to actually buy less and less of coins. So I find this promising. I find this really promising. And a survey of Bitcoin investors found that 40% of investors reportedly expect Bitcoin's price to settle below 30,000, while 56% foresee a resumption of the bull run. So it's 50-50 right now. What shall we see? That is something you have to decide for yourself. Obviously, in the long term, I could be seeing Bitcoin realistically hitting 100K either by the end of 2022 or by mid-2022. But if something crazy happens, we could be seeing Bitcoin hitting 200K by the end of the year. And that would be crazy pricing for Shiba Inu. So strap in, prepare yourself, and do drop a like. That's all I'm asking. I'm never shilling anything. Thank you so much.